Yo, what is going on YouTube and people of the world? It is your boy Spud Gaming, or formerly known as Zombicutioner, as a lot of you actually know me. And today, if you can't tell by the intro, I'm very intrigued by this new Destiny game. Destiny 2 has my mind going crazy, and in today's video, I wanted to talk about, will Destiny 2 actually fail, or will it be a giant success? Now, I know that there's different aspects that you can take into account of whether it's successful or whether or not it's a fail. But today we're just going to be talking broad spectrum. Will the game be good or will the game be bad? And first, I think we have to touch on that the first one was actually a huge disappointment because so many people thought this was going to be the next Halo because it was made by Bungie and Activision. So many people thought this was going to be the next big thing, especially with it being the first big game on next-gen consoles. A lot of people were expecting this to be this open world sci-fi shooter that was nothing like we've ever seen before. But the second one doesn't have to try as hard to sell a lot of copies because Destiny actually has a pretty big fan base already. So they got a lot of that good thing going for them, but because a lot of those people felt like they got burned in the first one, they're going to be a little bit skeptical of whether or not they want to buy the second one. And the issue is that a lot of people won't give this game a chance because of that. So my question is, what do they need to do? I think that the simple answer to this is that the storyline has to be good. The biggest complaint that I have ever seen with Destiny is that the storyline was not there. There was nothing there for the players to grasp onto. They didn't feel connected with the story. They didn't understand why. They just kind of felt like they were going through the motions with the game. And this is the biggest issue that they have to overcome. Regardless of how good the game is, how good the mechanics are, how good the graphics are, how good everything looks, they need to feel engaged while playing this game. That is something that so many games have done so well in the past. Games like Fallout 4, games like that, where really they drew the audience in and they felt like they were a part of it. They felt like their character mattered and it was actually them. So they wanted to be there, they wanted to play more, and they couldn't get enough. What they really need to do is that they can't wait for DLCs to make this game good. A problem with the first Destiny is that they actually released the game, and then once they got the feedback from the community, they made their game better. But they don't have the room to do that in this game. They need to release a game that is solid across the board on launch date, not when the DLCs come out. Because if you have to wait for the DLCs, a lot of people are just going to give up on the game and they're not going to put the extra money in to make the game better. That was a huge problem, that people felt like they had to just buy more of the game to make it better. And a lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people don't have the money to do that. So that being said, a lot of people actually thought that Destiny was going to be an open world, free roam, first person shooter, kind of like GTA, in a sense that it was going to be the next GTA, but a sci-fi edition, with a little bit of a Halo touch. But when I'm watching these trailers, I do get a little bit of Guardians of the Galaxy in there too. It's actually a little funny, a lot of the comparisons that I saw. But if they can introduce a game that gets non-stop fan excitement around it, they will succeed on every single level. If they can produce something that the fans aren't bored of and they aren't disappointed by, Destiny will see incredible sales, incredible movement, pretty much revolutionizing what this game will be. And I am beyond excited to see what they can do. You have to keep in mind that the reason that Destiny 1 wasn't so successful was partially because it was the first big game on next-gen consoles. So many people were so excited to see what they could do on next-gen and what Activision and Bungie could do when they team up. And it was actually a bit of a flop because people had such high expectations for next-gen consoles like Xbox One and PS4 that when it didn't produce exactly what they wanted to, they felt a little bit let down and a little bit cheated. So the biggest problem was that when this game released, it was supposed to be the next big game that was going to be better than Halo. It was going to be the next big thing. People really didn't know how to react to it when they saw this game and it wasn't exactly what they wanted. So what they did was they actually just stopped playing. But you have those hardcore fans out there that are super hyped for this game, and if you could draw in a bigger audience by releasing a game from the start that is unbelievably good, you're going to draw in fans from games like Call of Duty, games like Overwatch, all that stuff, all those big Halo gamers. You're going to get them into this game because they're going to see how good it is and they can't deny greatness. So that's why they can't rely on DLCs. But I do have some concerns with this game. And my biggest concern is that PS4 Pro gamers, when they played this in early access beta, they actually said that this game wasn't even able to run on 60 frames per second. And with this being the second Destiny, that is crucial, especially with the amplification of the graphics. It really just needs to be able to run smoothly and efficiently on both next-gen consoles. But I do have a concern that they will release this on last-gen. I think if they want this game to be as successful as they think it can be, they need to just let go of last-gen and only let this out on PS4 and Xbox One exclusively. And my other big concern with this is that I feel like it might be a year too late. I think they're missing the futuristic sci-fi train movement that was about a year ago, even 2 years ago. They released Destiny 1 at a good time. Now that Destiny 2 is coming around, my concerns is that now you have Call of Duty World War II and Battlefield 1 that are releasing. Battlefield 1, of course, is already released. And those are both old school, boots on the ground game. And you're getting this Destiny game that is so futuristic and sci-fi that it might be a little bit concerning for the people in the community, because you're going to have these old school games that people have been looking forward to for a while now, and now you're getting a sci-fi game that they might not actually want. So that's one of my biggest concerns. But the only benefit with that is that the younger gamers that are coming into the community now are actually those type of players that like those games, because that's really all they know. My last concern with this is that I feel like people will actually boycott this game, and I feel like Destiny 2 might not get the sales that they're expecting, no matter how good the game is. They did this a little bit with Modern Warfare 2, but those same people that boycotted online ended up being the first ones to play on the release date. So that is something that they do have, is that people always say that they're not going to buy the game, they don't support it, they'll dislike a video on YouTube, but they will end up playing it just to get a try, just to see what it's about and all that stuff. But anyway, my final thoughts on this is I think Destiny 2 will be a game like we actually never have seen before, like they said Destiny 1 will be. I think they're going to learn from their mistakes in Destiny 1, come out with a solid storyline that people are going to feel engaged in, and they're going to want to keep playing. And when it's over, they're going to want to get the DLCs to really move the game forward even more, because they feel so engaged and they want more, and they don't want to wait for the next game. So I think the sales will be amazing. I think they're going to draw in a lot of new fans, and those hardcore fans are going to love this game. I think that at the end of the day, Destiny 2 will be an awesome game. It just has to try to keep up with those major competitors like Overwatch, Call of Duty, and Battlefield. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up. Let me know what you guys think about Destiny 2 in the comments below. I know this is a little bit different video than what I usually do on my channel, but this is an example of me expanding a little bit. Destiny 2 really caught my eye, and I got a lot of attention from it. So I want to know what you guys think of Destiny 2. Will it be good? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, I'm doing this channel for you guys and my personal enjoyment. And I will see you guys in the next one.